Hello there, I'm Jim Glover, that branding guy for Once a Day Marketing. Today is Action Wednesday. We're going to take a look at how you can keep your brand alive, essentially brand longevity. If you're just starting up like Once a Day Marketing, you're really trying to keep your brand afloat rather than worried about longevity. But if you've been around for a while, and oftentimes that's perhaps after 2 or 3 years your company's been in existence, then you can start thinking about sustaining your brand over a longer period of time. The main thing is that oftentimes brands or companies or the managers of those companies get complacent. But what you have to do then is you have to think about branding on an ongoing basis. That's important because if you don't, your brand will be forgotten by your customers. Perhaps nobody is better at brand longevity than a classic rock and roll band. And I'm going to talk about four right now who I think have done an amazing job over even the last 50 years at maintaining their brand. Let's start with the Rolling Stones. They created their band in 1962, which was 50 years ago. But they're still out there. They're still touring. They're still doing things like they just sent a notice out to everybody on Facebook thanking them for 10 million followers on their Facebook site. And then, of course, you've seen recently Keith Richards in Pirates of the Caribbean. So they're out there. They're making sure that their brand is staying alive. Next, probably my favorite band at the moment is U2. This is an incredible band. One of the things that they do is they really embrace social media. Everybody who's a YouTube fan can follow the band, get access to what they're doing, get insight into their concerts and their new albums. And then the other thing that U2 does that really keeps their brand alive is they're out there helping the world with social causes. That's especially something that Bono does, and he does a great job of that, almost a world ambassador, if you will. Next, Bruce Springsteen, perhaps my all-time favorite musician. And the boss is amazing. He's out there with the new album right now. He's out there touring right now. And he was just the keynote speaker at probably the largest music festival in the country, the South by Southwest. So again, keeping his face out there, keeping his brand name out there. And then also, I have the opportunity to be friends with Ben Smith, who is the drummer for the rock band Heart. And I love Heart. These two women, Ann and Nancy Wilson, are still out there doing new albums. They're touring all the time. And one of the things that I love that they do to keep their brand alive is that they tour with other great rock and roll bands like Journey, Cheap Trick, and Def Leppard. So all of these techniques by these bands are sustaining their brand longevity. It's pretty straightforward, but the key to brand longevity is a sustained branding campaign. So that's your action item. Take a look and see what you're doing on your ongoing branding. Hopefully you're not living on your laurels. You're thinking about how to constantly brand yourself and keep that presence out there in the marketplace in the minds of your customers. You can tweak it along the way if you need to, but the main thing is just you're staying the course and you're moving forward, and you will ensure the brand will be remembered and it will have the image you want in the minds of your customers. That wraps up Action Wednesday. Join us tomorrow for Recon Thursday. If you need branding support, please contact me to discuss an online or face-to-face service engagement. You can always find that information at the end of my video. I'm Jim Glover, that branding guy for Once a Day Marketing, and we'll see you next time.